Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is the Eric Barber here, and we are at AzokuCon, and I'm here with the legendary Isaac Robinson Smith.
Hey, wow. Okay, you just need to follow me and just use the word legend more often. That's great. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, we're the legend himself here. Yeah, and so Isaac, how about you tell us how you got into voice acting?
So it's an interesting. Everybody's got a different story, which I think is so cool. But for me, we were just talking a second ago. Theater is the biggest. I think it generated the most for me as a performer because I grew up, my mom was a theater teacher, theater performer, so I grew up loving performance and theater. I did musical theater in high school and college, but I always did voices as a kid. I was always imitating cartoons I loved Baby Gonzo and Muppet Babies is like an early voice that I did as a kid. My brother and I loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon growing up.
Yeah.
So we would like make our own stories and like all that stuff as kids. And then eventually I started doing impressions for friends in high school. And I began to see the power of this thing that I did doing voices. I was like, this is cool. I don't know where it's leading, but it was all crystallized when I saw this interview with the Simpsons cast on TV. And I didn't realize until that point that voiceover was an actual career that could be something I could do. And so from that point forward, I was like, well, I got to do, because it has everything that I love. It's got performance, it's got singing, it's got acting, it's got, improv, it's got character development, all that stuff in one position. And so that was about 18 years ago where I realized that it was a thing, and I've never looked back. So, and now I, got an agent, moved to LA and did it. So.
Okay, that's awesome. Is this your first time in Michigan, or?
Yes, it is my first time in Michigan. It's beautiful. I was spending time out by the river earlier. I was like, I could get used to this. This is great. Because being in LA, we have a river, but it's like nothing. Yeah.
It's like dirty.
Yeah. But I love being in different places. I think it's one of the coolest parts about doing conventions. But this place, I grew up in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
So it feels a lot like this, the trees and the nice people in the suburban feel. So it was very felt a lot like home. So I really love being here. It's great. I'd love to come back.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah. And, one of your most notable roles that kind of blew up really quickly, I mean, that's Bishop from X-Men 97, dude. Yeah. And what was it like for you to do that role?
It's been really cool, and it's, it's still evolving. I mean, I get that question a lot, and it's always a different answer because it's never like a static, this is how I feel 100%. It's been amazing to get the role, understand what it means to fans and what it means to me and to other people. And then I do my own research about who the character was. And I mean, the base of it, I think, is to be voicing one of the first Black X-Men ever created. It was Storm and Bishop. And so as a Black actor, it's really fulfilling. And then to see the cross generation of fans who watched the 92 version and then now 97, that's been really gratifying. But also I think one of the coolest moments that's in my head is I took my mom to the premiere and my brother. And so, her seeing me as a little kid, imitating voices be like, look, here up on this big screen in Hollywood, here's the show that so to show her that was really satisfying. But it's just so cool, having Wolverine and as my friend and friends with Cal and Lenore and Allison and all these people and the new cast that I've become friends with. So it's really awesome. It's very gratifying.
No doubt, man. That's awesome. And I got to say, 97, dude, that as a show, anime's been dominating Western animation for so long. Yeah. But really, when this came out, they're like, all right, Western animation's cooking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And did you kind of expect that, for the show to take off as well as it did?
I hoped. I mean, obviously, as a fan of the original, the original show and the way it looked and the way it sounded is so ingrained in our heads. As I'm a 90s baby, so I know how it's supposed to feel. So as a person working on the show, I was like, I love this, and I hope the fans resonate with it. But I love that it's been so well received, and I think it's attributed to the artists and the animators and the production team to make it look and feel like it did and to continue in such a beautiful way. So not that I didn't expect it to do well, but I'm overwhelmed with the response that it's gotten. I think when it first came out, it was 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and was the top rated Marvel thing at the time. So that was, I have been pleasantly surprised in a lot of aspects, but also vindicated. I'm like, yes, we did it. We got it. Yeah. So it's been great.
That's awesome. Great. And what have been some of your other favorite roles to do?
Some of my other favorites, Black Panther for Disney Parks has been great. I also love that role is very special to me. And unexpected things like I'm the Black Ranger in the Power Rangers Redos Rewind game that came out, the side scroller, so that was cool. I love being. This is not something that I like is a specific character necessarily, but I do a lot of work on Phineas and Ferb. So I'm working on season 5 of that show, and Hamster and Gretel, which is great. So that's been really fun. Doing Mushu for Disney has been really, really crazy because that, like, I love that character, and being able to, carry on Eddie Murphy's performance has been, really, really honoring, and I would love to meet him someday. I met Ming-Na Wen, so meeting Mulan in person was really cool. Yeah, and I know I'm blank. Telly and Date Everything is one of the newest. I love that Date Everything's been well received. But yeah, I don't think I can pick one specifically, but like I just love that this is my job, So it's been great.
Yeah, of course, man. No, that's got to be super rewarding, man.
It really is, yeah.
And I know you've done voice acting across all these different mediums, right? Is there one that you kind of tend to prefer, whether it's like video games or shows or?
It's animation, I think, just because that has been the focus that I've had for so long. That's what really was attractive to me when I was growing up, and that's what I saw and what I wanted to imitate. And I love not that I don't love everything, like I do commercials and promos and video games and all that stuff, but there's something magical about animation just because I grew up immersed in that, and so being part of that whole process has been really cool. So, and the fact that I can create and then things get based off of what we do in the studio as it gets animated later, it's really fun. So I think animation is the number one, but I love all of it, but animation is, what I love the most.
Okay, dude, super rad, man. So we're getting close to wrapping up the interview, man. If you got any kind of advice for any aspirational voice actors.
Yeah, so advice, definitely look up iwanttobeavoiceactor.com, which a lot of voice actors, tout as one of the best resources. D. Bradley Baker, who's an incredible voice actor, he runs that site, and it's always relevant. It's got all the answers to every question you could possibly want. Be kind to everyone, because you don't know where things will lead and how things will develop. There could be somebody you meet today that's like running the front desk, and then they could be the head of a studio, a few years later. So that, and then also knowing that your own voice has value, because there's no limit on how you can be included in the community. It's not like there's a voiceover voice, There are different ways that people can be involved. There are people that have full careers with just their own natural voice. So it's not like there's no gatekeeping in this place. So just know that you have intrinsic value, just who you are, So I think keeping it, keep it real, keep it honest with who you are.
That's awesome. I love it, man. Well, Isaac, dude, total honor and pleasure to be, interviewing the legend, man. Yeah, man. Well, all of Isaac's links will be down in the description below, and I just want to thank you for your time again, man, for sure. Yep. Peace out, y'all. Bye.